Okay. Gurur Brahma, Gurur Vishnu, Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha, Gurur Sakshat Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha, Mahakaya, Surya Koti Samaprabha, Nirvignam Kuru Me Deva, Sarvakarye Pada, Saraswati Namaskam, Varade Kamarupi. आरम्भं करिष्यामि निर्भवतु मे सदा कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नन्दनाय च नन्दगोपकुमाराय गोविन्दाय नमो नमः। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्बा त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम् नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयः प्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वहनी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनी सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तकः केशवः. Okay. So today this is our shloka for discussing. So here it is describing the characters who were in the war of Mahabharata, of the Kurukshetra war. So and their qualities are also, and here the comparison is made with a river. So the war is being compared to a river, and what all a river has are being compared to the different people who are also fighting this war, the important people who are fighting this war. So let us see. Bhishma Drona Tata. So Bhishma and Drona are like Tata of the river. Tata means shore, the river bank, the shore of the river. Bhishma and Drona are like the bank of a river. Jayadratha Jala. Jayadratha is like the water of the river. Gandhara Nilotpala. So Gandhara is Shakuni. He is the prince or king of Gandhara Desha. So he here Gandhara refers to Shakuni. He is like Nilotpala. Nilotpala can mean two things. One is the blue lotus. Utpala means lotus. So Nilotpala is blue lotus. And here in this context, what we need to take is the ice formation just below the surface of the water also appears blue. If you have noticed, like usually it can be seen in the glaciers. If you see any glaciers, they all appear blue in color. Why? Because of the sun's rays and the angle at which they fall, and that all that science is there behind that, but it appears blue. So here Shakuni is compared to that blue, means it is under the water, especially the ice is hidden, it is not seen, like it is like a hidden danger. So Shakuni is compared to that. Shalya Grahavati. Grahavati is we can it is like a crocodile or a shark, an animal that kind of grabs you. Here we can take it as crocodile because in river we have crocodiles. Sharks are not there in the rivers. So Shalya is compared to crocodile, Grahavati. Kripena Vahani. So Vahani is like the Pravaham, right? Vahini we say. So Vahani is like the flow. Kripa is compared to that flow of the river. Karnena Velakula. So Velakula is a very big wave, is like a very big wave. So here Karna is compared to the wave, Velakula. Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara. Makara means crocodile, Ghora Makara, very, fierce crocodiles or dangerous crocodiles. Ashwathama and Vikarna are compared to the crocodiles. Duryodhana Avartini. Avartini is whirlpool. You know how the water kind of circulates, and anything that goes in that whirlpool will just drown them. So Duryodhana is compared to Avartini. Sottirna khalu pandavaihi rananadi kaivartaka keshavaha. So Sottirna means saha uttirna khalu pandavaihi rananadi kaivartaka keshavaha. So here, because it is a shloka, the words are not in prose order. The prose order will be like Saha Rananadi Uttirna Kalu Pandavaihi Kaivartakaha Keshavaha, or Saha Rananadi Kaivartakaha Keshavaha Uttirna Kalu Pandavaihi. Either way we can say. So the meaning of this would be, here Keshavaha is Krishna, Kaivartakaha Keshavaha. So Kaivartakaha means the person who steers the boat, the boatman. So, and then Rana Nadi. This is where we see the comparison. The Rana, the war, is being compared to Nadi. Uttirna. Uttirna means to be able to cross. Uttirna is to pass, right? Like even in all our languages, we have this word. Uttirna means to pass an exam, means to be successful, basically. So here the Pandavas have crossed this river successfully with the help of the boatman Krishna of this river, which has all these dangers, all these challenges. So with all these challenges, the Pandavas have crossed this river, which is nothing but the war, or they have won the war with the help of Krishna. So that is what this shloka means. So I will just read it once more, recite it once more time. Bhishma Drona Tata Jayadhrata Jala Gandhara Nilotpala Shalya Grahavati Kripena Vahani Karnena Velakula Ashwathama Vikarna Ghora Makara Duryodhanavartini Sottirna Khalu Pandavai Rananadi Kaivartaka Keshavaha. So that is this shloka and the meaning of that shloka. So let us move on to our lesson. I think we stopped at page number 21. We started 22, but because we had Ikaranta and Ukaranta Shabdas also, we decided we'll continue this week, because too many Shabdas on one day can get a little overwhelming. So that is why we stopped at page number 21 last week. So basically we were discussing the Shashti Vibhakti. So I have briefly told you about Vibhaktis and the importance of Vibhaktis in a sentence. So they put things together, the meaning. To get the meaning of a sentence, we need to understand the Vibhaktis. And Vibhaktis are nothing but different forms of the noun words. Verbs do not have Vibhaktis, only nouns have Vibhaktis. And each Vibhakti indicates its role. When a word is put in a particular Vibhakti, it has a role that it plays which contributes to the meaning of that sentence. So that is why it is very important for us to understand the Vibhaktis, the application of the Vibhaktis, how each Vibhakti is used, and also the forms in different Shabdas. Because if we know the Vibhakti and when it is being used, it is not sufficient. We also need to know the form. Like if I say Ramasya, you should understand it is the form of Shashti Vibhakti. Oh, and then immediately you have to recognize when we use Shashti Vibhakti. What are all the situations we use Shashti Vibhakti? Usually each Vibhakti will be used in several different situations or cases. We need to know in what is that, in which case is it being used, like which rule of that Vibhakti is being applied here. So say for example, in English, if you have run, right, it has several meanings. Depending on the context, we figure out in which meaning it is being used in that particular sentence. Similarly, here also, vibhaktis have several cases in which that particular vibhakti is used. It is always not used in one single sense. There are several ways. We will discuss each of those. But the important thing is we need to remember them like rules. I will also, while we are discussing, I will also tell you like rules, like how many rules, and for each rule an example of how it is being used in each case. That way, it will be easy for you to remember what are the different ways a vibhakti can be used. So it will be easy for you to identify the meaning when we see that. So first we have to recognize the word in which vibhakti it is. And once we recognize in which vibhakti it is, then in what sense of that vibhakti it is being used there, that also we need to understand. Once we understand these two, it becomes very easy for us to comprehend the meaning that that word is contributing towards the meaning of the sentence as a whole. Okay. So for Shashti Vibhakti, I told you that possessiveness, right? What belongs to us. That is in one sense that we use. And then the relation between two things can also be indicated using Shashti Vibhakti. For that, we have seen some examples like Ramasya Patni Sita, Ramasya Pita Dasharatha, Ramasya Bhrata Lakshmanaha, Ramasya Putraha Lavaha, Ramasya Putrau Lavakushau. So Rama's sons are Lava and Kusha. We can also use Shashti Vibhakti to say Rama has two sons. Ramasya Dvau Putrau. Okay, Rama has two sons. And similarly, this is for Akaranta Rama Shabda. For Akaranta, like Sita Shabda, Sitayah is the form. So Sitayah Patihi Ramaha. Sitayah Pita Janakaha. Sitayah Putraha Lavaha. Putrau Lavakushau. And Sitayah Shvashuraha Dasharataha. Sitayah Shvashruhu Kausalya. Shvashuraha is father-in-law. Shvashruhu is mother-in-law. Like that. Similarly, Dasharathasya Putraha Rama Lakshmana Bharata Shatrugnaha. Since we have four, the Bahuvachanam is used. You have to mention all the words, and then the last word you have to put in Bahuvachanam when there are more than two. If there are only two, we use Dvivachanam. Like how I said Lava Kushau. Because there we have only two, we put the last word in Dvivachanam to indicate that there are two. Whereas with Rama, Lakshmana, Bharata, Shatrugnaha, we have more than two, which is Bahuvachanam. So the Bahuvachanam, how it ends for an Akaranta? Similarly, because Shatrugnaha is an Akaranta Shabda. So we have to follow the rules of Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda to put it in Bahuvachanam. Dasharathasya Tisraha Bharyaha. He has three wives. So we can say Dasharathasya Tisraha Bharyaha. Dasharathasya Chatvaraha Putraha. Dasharatha has four sons. Dasharatha has three wives. In that way. Okay. So these are the two applications we have discussed last week about Shashti Vibhakti, right? And we have discussed Akaranta Pumlinga Ramaha Shabdam will be Ramaha, Ramayoho, Ramanam. In Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, Bahuvachanam. And Akaranta Strilinga Shabda, Sita Shabda will be Sitayaha, Sitayoho, Sitanam. Ikaranta Gauri Shabda will be Gauryaha, Gauryoho, Gaurinam. And then we also discussed Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdam, Vanam Shabdam, Vanasya, Vanayoho, Vananam. From Tritiya Vibhakti onwards, Napumsakalinga, Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda will be exactly the same. It will take the same forms as Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Okay, only the Prathama Vibhakti and Dvitiya Vibhakti of Napumsakalinga Shabda will be different. From Tritiya Vibhakti onwards, it will be similar to Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda. Akaranta Napumsaka and Akaranta Pumlinga will be of the same forms. We totally have 7 Vibhaktis. Okay, so first we did the Prathama Vibhakti. Ramaha Ramau Ramaha, Sita Site Sitaha, Gauri Gauryau Gauryaha. Vanam, Vane, Vanani. We did Prathama Vibhakti in all the Shabdas. Akaranta, Ikaranta, Ukaranta. We did Harihi in Ikaranta. We did Guruhu in Ukaranta, in Pumlinga Shabda. We did Rikaranta, Pita Shabda, Pitru Shabda. And similarly in Strilingam also we did in all Shabdas, the Prathama Vibhakti, and Napumsakam also. So now in Shashti Vibhakti we have done Akaranta Pumlinga, Akaranta Strilinga, Ikaranta Strilinga, and Akaranta Napumsaka. Today we will see Ikaranta Pumlinga, Ukaranta Pumlinga, Ikaranta Strilinga, Matihi Shabda, and we'll see in other, in Napumsakam also, Ikaranta and Ukaranta. So here we have Ikaranta Harihi Shabda. Okay, so Harehe. Harehe, Haryoho, Harinam. Like I mentioned last week, the Dvivachanam and Bahuvachanam will be the same. The pattern will be the same in all the Shabdas. For Rama Shabda, we have Ramayoho. For Hari Shabda, Haryoho. But here, since we have Ikara, the Ikara will be taken over by Yakara. So Haryoho. Okay, it is not like Hariyoho. The E is not complete. The E is not there. Only the Rakara will be there. In Hari, Ra joined with E, right? The Rakara joined with E and it became Ri. Now, if the E is removed, we have only R. Now, this R will join with Ya. So, Haryoho. Okay? We should not say Haryoho, Haryoho, and Harinam. Harinam, again, we have to put Dirgha for the Rakara. So, Harinam. That is for Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. So, Harehe in Ekavachanam, Haryoho, Harinam. Similarly, Guruhu. For Guruhu, Guroho. Guroho, Gurvoho, and Gurunam. So, I have mentioned earlier that in Samskritam, whenever letters are joining, and if any kind of Sandhi takes place, Ikara is normally replaced with Yakara, and Ukara is normally replaced with Vakara, right? So that is why in Harihi Shabda, we got Yakara, Haryoho. Whereas in Guruhu, Gurvoho, okay, Vakara came instead of Yakara. And Guru Nam. The Nam is constant in all the Shabdas. Akara, Ikara, Ukara, Ikara, Akara, Strilinga, Napumsaka, Pumlinga. In any case, the Bahuvachanam will always be Nam. The Shabda, Dirgha will be there normal. Rama Nam, Sita Nam, Gauri Nam, Hari Nam, Guru Nam, Vana Nam. Dirgha will be there and Nam will be there. In Dvivachanam, Yoho. Okay, but for whenever there are Ikara and Ukara, they will vanish and Yakara and Vakara will come in that place. Otherwise, it is complete, like Ramayoho, Sitayoho, like that. There won't be Dirgha, but they have the same ending. Only the Ekavachanam will be different for different Shabdas. So for Harihi, Harehe, for Guruhu, Guroho. And then for Rikaranta Pumlinga Shabdam, Pitru Shabdam, right? Pituhu. For Pitru Shabdam, it will be Pituhu. The Shashti Vibhakti Ekavachanam will be Pituhu, Pitroho, Pitrunam. Pituhu, Pitroho, Pitrunam. Okay. And then in Strilinga, we have Dhenuhu. Ikaranta. We saw Ikaranta Strilinga, the Nadi Shabda, right? Nadyaha, Nadyoho, Nadinam. And then we will see the ikaranta, matihi shabda. So matyaha, we have also discussed ikaranta strilinga shabda will take two forms. One like a regular ikaranta strilinga, and then like ikaranta pumlinga. So it usually has two shabdas, right? We have seen that in Prathama Vibhakti, we don't specifically see any difference. It is matihi only. But remember that matihi is a strilinga shabda, but it will take two forms. One like nadi shabda. What did nadi become? Nadyaha. So matihi can become matyaha, or like harihi, harehe, matihi, matehe. So matihi, ikaranta strilinga shabda takes two forms in ekavachanam. Either matyaha or matehe. Okay. And then matyoho, matina. And then we have ukaranta strilinga shabda, dhenu shabda. This also similar. Dhenvaha. Since we have ukara, vakara came. But the concept is the same. Like how nadyaha, matyaha, dhenvaha. But instead of ya, va came. And then dhenoho, guroho, the pumlinga. So for ikaranta strilinga and ukaranta strilinga, they take two forms. One like the traditional strilinga shabda, and the other like the pumlinga ikaranta and like pumlinga ukaranta. Dhenvoho and dhenunam. So they are again the same. The dvivachanam and bahuvachanam are same. And then we have ukaranta strilinga also, vadhuhu shabda, right? So vadvaha, vadvaha, vadhoho, vadhunam. Vadvaha, vadhoho, vadhunam. This is also similar to dhenu shabda. And then we have the rikaranta strilinga shabda, matru shabda. It is similar to pitru shabda, matuhu, matroho, matrunam. Pituhu, pitroho, pitrunam. Matuhu, matroho, matrunam. They are similar in both cases. And then we have napumsakalinga shabda, right? Ikaranta napumsakalinga shabda, vari shabda or dadhi shabda. We did dadhi, I think. So dadhinaha, dadhinoho, dadhinam. Usually for napumsaka, for ikara and ukara, we get nakara in ekavachanam. Okay, so remember it like that. So dadhi shabdam will become dadhinaha, dadhinoho, dadhinam. And then madhu, ukaranta napumsakalinga shabdam, madhu shabdam or vastu shabdam. You can use anything. So madhunaha, madhunoho, madhunam. So vastunaha, vastunoho, vastunam. In that way. And then if you look at page number 23 in your books, in this table, some shabdas are given here. For ikaranta pumlinga, they took kavihi shabda. We did with harihi shabda, harihi, harehe, haryoho, harinam, kavehe, kavyoho, kavinam. Okay?
Papa, I'll find this is your.
That is kavihi shabdam. And then we have vasuhu, the like guruhu, ukaranta pumlinga guruhu shabda. Guroho, gurvoho, gurunam. Here for vasuhu, vasoho, vasvoho, vasunam. And then pita shabdam. Pituhu, pitroho, pitrunam. And then napumsaka. Here the strilinga shabdas are not given. The ikaranta strilinga, ukaranta strilinga, ukaranta strilinga are not given. The napumsaka lingas are given. Vari, varinaha, varinoho, varinam. Madhu. Ukaranta napumsakalinga madhu shabda, madhunaha, madhunoho, madhunam. And then we have here senanihi. This is actually a special case of pumlinga shabda. A special case of pumlinga shabda, senanihi. Okay, here it is given. Why? Because it is very rarely used. The only reason why it is given here is because it comes in the shlokas, and we need to know, because whatever is needed for the understanding of the shlokas, that grammar part is being covered. Normally, this shabda will not be taught in regular Vyakarana beginners grammar classes, beginners Vyakarana classes. But here it is given because we'll come across this Shabda and we should be able to understand when it comes like which linga and anta it is. So senanihi. So senanyaha, senanyoho, senaninam. Okay. These are the three forms in Shashti Vibhakti. So now let us come back to again page number 22. Let us come back to page number 22. And now let us look at this table. In the Abhyasa, the first question. Koshtake vidyamananam shabdanam sahayena vakyani likhata. So with the help of the words given in the box, we have to make sentences. Let us look at the udaharanam. Krishnasya shankaha panchajanyaha. So Krishnaha shankaha panchajanyaha. Krishnasya shankaha panchajanyaha. Yudhishthiraha shankaha anantavijayaha. What will this become? Yudhishthirasya shankaha anantavijayaha. Naradaha veena mahati.
Naradasya veena mahati.
Mahati. Vishnuhu gada kaumodaki.
Vishnusya gada.
No. Ukaranta pumlinga guruhu. What did guruhu become in Shashti Vibhakti?
Guruho.
So Vishnu will become
Vishnu.
Vishnoho. Vishnoho gada kaumodaki. See, that is the significance of learning the Shabdas. We have to apply them. When you see a word, you have to take a pause, see what ending it has. Akaranta, Ikaranta, Ukaranta, and also the Linga. And based on that, we have to go back to the Shabdas that we learn and then apply that form here. Okay, that is the purpose of us reading these, studying these Shabdas. So Vishnuhu, it is a Pumlinga Ukaranta Shabda. So we learned Guru. Ukaranta Pumlinga, we learned Guruhu Shabda. So in Shashti Vibhakti, we learned as Guroho, Guruvoho, and Gurunam. In Ekavachanam, Dvivachanam, and Bahuvachanam. So Vishnoho. Vishnoho means Vishnu's. Okay, it is used in that sense. Vishnu's Gada is named as Kaumodaki. So Vishnoho Gada Kaumodaki. Shambhuhu Dhanuhu Pinakaha.
Shambhoho dhanuhu pinakaha.
Uttamam. Shambhoho dhanuhu pinakaha. Shambhu's dhanuhu is called pinakaha. Saraswati vahanam hamsaha.
Saraswatyaha vahanam hamsaha.
Saraswatyaha vahanam hamsaha. This is Ikaranta Strilinga Shabdam, like Nadi. Nadi becomes Nadyaha. Nadyaha, Nadyoho, Nadinam. Saraswatyaha, Saraswatyoho, Saraswatinam. Okay? So Saraswatyaha vahanam hamsaha. Now let us look at some of these sentences. Munehe nama vyasaha. So here, what is the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana Rupam of Munehe?
Muni Shabda.
Munihi. Okay? The Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam will be Munihi. Always, whenever you come across a word in different forms, always try to anchor it to the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana form. And then based on that, we can also identify the Shabda, or try to identify the Shabda and then the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam. Whichever you are comfortable, both are fine. But usually we come across, when you are studying more than the Shabda, the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam forms will be easy for us to remember because we come across them more. So we tend to easily relate to those forms. But always make it a habit. Whenever you see a word which is in a different form other than the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam, try to identify the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana form. Okay? So when you saw Munehe, so what is the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachanam form? Munihi. And also try to identify in which Vibhakti it is right now. So right now, because we are in Shashti Vibhakti, we are doing the Abhyasam for Shashti Vibhakti. You all know that Munehe means Shashti Vibhakti. It is in Shashti Vibhakti. But after we finish this lesson and move forward, we are doing something else. There you come across Munehe. that lesson is not Shashti Vibhakti lesson. It is something else. There also you should be able to identify this is in Shashti Vibhakti or whatever Vibhakti it is, depending on the context. So many times it is easy for us to understand something when we are studying in that context. But the goal is, out of context also, we should be able to recognize the Vibhakti forms, in which Vibhakti it is, a particular word it is. And then once you understand that, then you can try to identify the Prathama Vibhakti Ekavachana Rupam of that form, and also the Shabda, the Pratipadika, means the Shabda, without any Vibhaktis attached. How is that form? Okay, so Munehe Nama Vyasaha. So here Munehe is the Shashti Vibhakti form of Munihi. Okay, Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. And every time repeat this also. So Munehe is the Shashti Vibhakti form of Munihi. Ikaranta Pumlinga Shabda. So the more we keep repeating this, it will become easy for us to memorize. Okay. So the Muni's name is Vyasa. Pandavanam Jeshtaha Yudhishtiraha. Now, before we discuss that, I would like to explain one more application of Shashti Vibhakti. So, I don't remember if we discussed this last week, but anyways, it needs repetition anyways, so I will explain it again. So so far we have discussed the two applications of Shashti Vibhakti, right? One is to indicate the relation, Ramasya Pita Dasharatha. So we are indicating, expressing the relation between Rama and Dasharatha, putting Rama in Shashti Vibhakti. Ramasya Pita Dasharatha, Dasharathasya Putraha Ramaha. Relation between two things. And then what a person possesses. Ramasya Dvau Putrau. Rama has two sons. Ramasya Eka Patni. Rama has one wife. Ramasya, what else does he have? Tisraha Bhrataha. Bhrataraha. Right? So Bhrata, Bhratarau, Bhrataraha. Bahuvachanam. So Ramasya Tisraha, sorry, Trayaha Bhrataraha. Trayaha Bhrataraha. Three brothers. Like that. So two applications we have studied. When the word is in Ekavachanam of Shashti Vibhakti. When the word is in Ekavachanam of Shashti Vibhakti. Ramasya, Dasharathasya, and so on. What if the Shashti Vibhakti in Bahuvachanam, right? Like Ramanam or Balakanam. Balakanam means of the boys. Okay? Like Balakanam Guruhu Vasishtaha. Now there are four boys. Ramaha, Lakshmanaha, Bharataha, Shatrugnaha. They are all boys. Who is their Guru? Dronaha. Sorry, Vasishtaha. So Balakanam Guruhu Vasishtaha. Right? Here also we are using it in the sense of expressing the relation between the boys and the Guru. Okay, he is their Guru. That is the same. Whatever we have discussed in the Ekavachanam, like Shashti Vibhakti is used to indicate the relation between two things. Bahuvachanam also is being used similarly. Balakanam Guruhu Vasishtaha. Pandavanam Guruhu Dronaha. Kauravanam Guruhu Dronaha. Pandavanam Pita Panduhu. Kauravanam Pita Dhritarashtraha. And so on. So here it is still the same. In Bahuvachanam also, we are using Shashti Vibhakti to express the relation. Now there is one more replication of Shashti Vibhakti in Bahuvachanam. What is that? Among, in the sense of among. Pandavanam Dharmarajaha Jeshtaha. Among the Pandavas, Dharmaraja is the eldest. Jeshtaha. Okay. Pandavanam Kanishtaha Kaha. Who is the youngest of the Pandavas?
Sahadeva.
Sahadeva. Pandavanam Kanishtaha Sahadeva. Kauravanam Jeshtaha Kaha.
Duryodhana.
Duryodhana. Kauravanam Kanishtaha Kaha?
Dusashanah.
Shashanaha. Okay, I don't know. I'm just going with your word. I always those things always confuse me. Anyways, so among in the sense of among, Shashti Vibhakti in Bahuvachanam has an extra application among. Okay, and what else? Yeah, I have a few examples I would like to. Now let us do a little practice on this Shashti Vibhakti. Okay. Kauravanam agrajaha Duryodhanaha. Pandavanam agrajaha
Yudhishthiraha.
Bhashanam janani
Samskruta.
Samskritam. Here, in which usage is Shashti Vibhakti used? Is it used in the sense of among, or is it used in the sense of possession or the relation?
Among.
Among, is it among the languages mother is Samskritam?
No.
Of all the languages. In that sense it is used. Okay,
correct,
it is still being used as the first thing. It is not used in the sense of among.
Pandavanam, Kauravanam, that will be amongst.
Again, whenever you use Pandavanam, it doesn't mean you are using it among. Now see, Pandavanam Guruhu Dronaha. There we are not using in the sense of among. We are using Drona is the Guru of the Pandavas. It is not used in the sense of among. So the Shashti Vibhakti is the same. You use Pandavanam, but the meaning can be different, and you have to recognize in which sense it is being used based on the context. When I say Pandavanam Jyeshtaha Dharmarajaha, you understand that here the Shashti Vibhakti is used in the sense among the Pandavas, Dharmaraja is the eldest. Pandavanam Pita Panduhu. Here of the Pandavas, father of the Pandavas is Pandu. Here it is not being used in the sense of among. So that distinction we should carefully observe. Okay. And also we have to remember that Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachanam can be used in both these senses. Okay. Devanam Guruhu
Brihaspati.
Kauravanam Pita Dhritarashtraha. Uttam. Now, like with for Kaha, for Prathama Vibhakti, how we have Kaha as the interrogative word, here also we have interrogative word for the Shashti Vibhakti, which is Kasya. Okay. Kasya Pita Dasharataha. Kasya Pita Dasharataha. Ramasya Pita Dasharataha. Kasya Patni Sita.
Ramasya Patni
Sita. Kasyaha Patihi Ramaha.
Sitaha Pati
Sitayaha
Sitayaha
Patihi Ramaha. Kasya Bhrata Balaramaha.
Krishnasya
Bhrata Balaramaha. Kasyaha Bhrata Krishnaha. Kasyaha Bhrata Subhadrayaha Bhrata Krishnaha. Like how we have Ramasya and Sitayaha, right? In Strilinga, the Prashnarthaka also will be Kasyaha. It won't be simply Kasya. Kasya is used when we are asking about a masculine. Kasyaha is used when we are asking about a feminine. So Kasyaha Bhrata Krishnaha, when I say that, so we are asking about girl sibling of Krishna is indicated, right? So when I say Kasyaha Bhrata Krishnaha, you cannot say Balaramaha, because Balaramaha is masculine and Kasyaha, the Prashnarthaka Vachaka, is in Strilinga. So you have to rule out the option of Balarama, because Balarama is not Strilinga. Okay, who is the girl sibling of Krishna? Subhadra. So Subhadrayaha bhrata Krishna. Like that. Kasya bhrata Lakshmanaha?
Ramasya bhrata Lakshmana.
Ramasya bhrata Lakshmanaha. Kasya bhrata Lakshmanaha?
Ramasya
Kasya bhrata Ramaha?
Lakshmanasya
bhrata Ramaha. Kasya bhrata Panduhu? Kasya bhrata Panduhu? Dhritarashtrasya. Dhritarashtrasya bhrata Panduhu. Kasya bhrata Dharmarajaha?
Arjunasya bhrata
Kasya bhrata Dharmarajaha. Now the same question I can ask. Okay, we'll come to that later, because we have the ekavachana, dvivachana and bahuvachana for kasya also, right? Kasya kayoho kesham. Kasya is in ekavachana, kayoho is in dvivachana, kesham is in bahuvachana. So kesham bhrata Dharmaraja means
Kesham.
Dharmaraja is the brother of who all. Then you have to list all, because I asked in bahuvachana.
Bhima Arjuna Nakula Sahadeva.
Uttamam. Bhima Arjuna Nakula Sahadevanam bhrata Dharmaraja. Like that. Okay. Don't worry about if you don't remember this. Like only after several repetitions you will become familiar, but only as an example I'm telling. So like in ekavachanam we can ask the question in bahuvachanam. So the question will sometimes indicate whether the answer, what kind of answer you need to give. So whether it should be in strilinga, pumlinga, ekavachana, bahuvachana, dvivachana, all that. Sometimes you may not know. Now, since we know that there are 5 Pandavas, and when I'm asking who are the brothers of Dharmaraja, I know that there are more than 2. That is why I asked the question in bahuvachana. But sometimes we may not know. So, say for example, you met somebody, a new person. You are introducing yourself and you are asking some basic information about them, and you want to ask if they have brothers or sisters. You ask it in plural only, normally, because we don't know. Normally, do you have any brothers or sisters? We say, right? If they have only one brother, they will mention about only one brother. But the question will be in bahuvachanam when we ask, and if we don't know, right? Similarly, you don't ask it in ekavachanam. But don't apply that when you're asking about husbands or wives, okay? Only for siblings you can put it. Okay. So, Arjunasya bhrata Dharmarajaha. Then we have Kasyaha bhrata Kamsaha. Kasyaha.
Rukmini.
Kamsaha.
Devaki.
Devakyaha bhrata Kamsaha. Uttamam.
Devatyaha.
Kasya bhrata Ramaha, other than Lakshmana. Bharatasya bhrata Ramaha. Bhimasya bhrata Arjuna. Shatrughnasya bhrata
Ramaha. Lakshmanaha.
Lakshmana. Like this you can do mix and match. Okay. And then Kasya guruhu Vasishtaha?
Ramasya guruhu Vasishtaha.
Kasya Ramasya guruhu Vasishtaha. Kasya shishyaha Ramaha? Kasya shishyaha Ramaha? Vasishtasya. Kasya shishyaha Arjunaha?
Dronasya.
Kasya shishyaha Vivekanandaha? Ramakrishnasya shishyaha Vivekanandaha. Kasya guruhu? Paramahamsaha. So Paramahamsasya shishyaha Vivekanandaha. Kasya guruhu Ramakrishnah?
विवेकानन्दस्य गुरुः रामकृष्णः
उत्तमम् उत्तमम् कस्य राजा धृतराष्ट्रः
हस्तिनापुरस्य राजा
हस्तिनापुरस्य राजा धृतराष्ट्रः कस्य राजा जनकः
अयोध्या
मिथिलानगरस्य
मिथिला so here mithila is akaranta strilinga shabda so mithilayah raja janakah. If you don't know the linga, say for example, now this is a new term, right? Mithila. Mithila we know, but we don't know in Samskritam if it is taken as Pumlinga or Strilinga. Whenever such clarity is not there, since it is a desha, okay, it is not a nagara, it is a desha. Mithila deshasya. Okay, you add that desha or nagara whenever you are not sure about the linga of that place. Because sometimes places take Pumlinga, Strilinga, Napumsaka, and we may not know of all the deshas or nagaras, which linga they are in, unless we come across them at least once, right? In such case, if it is a kingdom, if it is a desha, add desha. Desha is a Pumlinga shabda, deshaha. So, Mithila deshasya raja janakaha. If you know, now that you know, you can directly say Mithilayah raja janakaha.
So Hastinapuram is in masculine.
It is Napumsakam.
Yeah, Napumsakam. Then why did we say Hastinasya?
Because Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdam follows, it has the same form as Pumlinga we have discussed, right? We said when we were studying the Shabdas, we said Akaranta Napumsakalinga Shabda will be exactly the same as Akaranta Pumlinga Shabda from Tritiya Vibhakti onwards. Only the Prathama and Dvitiya Vibhakti of Napumsakalinga will be different from the Pumlinga. From Tritiya Vibhakti onwards, it will take the same form as Pumlinga. So Ramasya Ramayoho Ramanam. So Vanam also will be Vanasya Vanayoho Vananam. So here Hastinapurasya Raja Dhritarashtraha. Okay, Kasya. Even in Prashnarthaka, Kasya Kayoho Kesham will be the forms in Napumsakalinga also. So even when you are asking about a Napumsakalinga Padam, you can use Kasya. Okay. Kasyaha
Can you just
Raja.
tell ma'am, Kasya and what are the Dvivachanam and can you?
Kayoho and Kesham. Kayoho and Kesham. In Kesham, it is the Shashti Sha. You have to use the Sha that we use in Shashti. Not the Sha that we use in Shiva. Okay. Kasyaha Raja Dasharataha.
Ayodhya Nagarasya.
One second. Before you try, again observe my sentence properly. How I asked you. Kasyaha Raja Dasharataha. Which why? Because Kasyaha I used in Strilinga. So I'm giving you a clue that the answer will be in Strilinga. So Dasharatha is the king of Ayodhya. So Ayodhya is Akaranta Strilinga, we can understand. Okay, like that also sometimes we have to see the clues and pick it up from there. So Ayodhyayaha Raja Dasharatha. Kasyaha Raja Krishnaha.
Madhuraya Raja Krishna.
Not Rajaha, it is Raja. Okay, it is not Akaranta Pumlinga Shabdam. Raja is not Akaranta Pumlinga Shabdam. It is actually Nakaranta Pumlinga Shabdam. And in Prathama Ekavachanam, it is Raja. Okay, there is Dirgham. Don't mistake it for Akaranta Strilinga. It is Pumlinga only. Nakaranta Pumlinga Rajan. But Ekavachanam Prathama Vibhakti will be Raja. But if you put it in Maharaja, there again it is Akaranta Pumlinga. So Maharajaha you have to say. Okay. When you use only Raja, you have to use it as Raja. Dirgham is there. If you use the compound word Maharaja, then Maharajaha. Okay. So Mathurayaah Raja Krishnaha. Okay. Hastinapurasya Raja Kaha.
Dhritarashtra. Hastinapurasya Raja Dhritarashtra.
Mithilayaah Raja Kaha.
Dasharatha.
Raja
Janakah.
Janaka.
Mithilayaah Raja Janakaha. Ayodhyayaah Raja Kaha.
Raja Dasharatha.
Mathurayaah Raja Kaha.
Madhuraya Raja Sri Krishna.
Uttamam. Okay. So this is okay. Okay, we'll do some extra practice on Shashti Vibhakti again in next class. Right now, we'll proceed with the lesson. So here, let us look at these sentences. So Pandavanam, that is where we stopped. Why? Because I wanted to explain the application of another application of Shashti Vibhakti in Bahuvachanam. That is why we stopped there. We discussed that. We did some practice. And now we are coming back. So the third sentence, Kavinam Kritayaha Kavyani. Kavinam Kritayaha Kavyani. So what is the meaning of this sentence? The works of the poets are kavyas. Okay? Poetry. What work does a poet do? Or what is the work of a poet called? It is called poetry, right? In Samskritam, kavyam. So kavyani, because here we have it in Bahuvachanam, kavyam is an apumsakalinga shabdam, kavyani. Kavinam kritayaha. Kritayaha means works. So of the kavis, the works of the kavis are kavyas. So here the Bahuvachanam is used in the sense of possession only, not in the sense of among. Okay. Abhimanyoho pita Arjunaha. Abhimanyoho. Abhimanyuhu. This is Ukaranta Pumlinga, like Guruhu. Guruhu becomes Guroho. Abhimanyu becomes Abhimanyoho. Abhimanyoho pita Arjunaha. Senayoho Ubhayoho Madhye Ratham Sthapaya. This is from our Gita Shloka. Arjuna says to Krishna, Senayor Ubhayor Madhye. We read that in Sandhi. So the Visarga Sandhi will become and you will get that Rakara. Senayor Ubhayor Madhye Ratham Sthapaya. But here it is given in split form, Padavibhaga. Senayoho Ubhayoho Madhye Ratham Sthapaya. So Senayoho. So Sena is the word. It is Akaranta Strilinga Shabdam. In Dvivachanam, because there are two armies there. In between the two armies, you stop the chariots. So since we have two armies, Dvivachanam, Sena, Akaranta Strilinga Shabdam like Sita, Sita, Sitayoho, Sitanam, Sena, Senayoho, Senanam. So Senayoho, Ubhayoho, again Ubhaya. Here also it is, since Sena is in Strilingam, Ubhaya also we have to take in Strilingam because it is describing the Sena. Ubhayoho Madhye Ratham Sthapaya. Okay. So between the two armies, you stop the Ratham, chariot. Geetadhyayanam Prathamaha Arjuna Vishada Yogaha. Okay. Geetadhyayanam. So Geeta Adhyayanam. Adhyayanam is the chapters of Gita. That is a compound word, Gita Adhyayanam. Okay. Here we are using Gita Adhyayananam, means because we have so many chapters. Of all the chapters of Gita, Prathamaha, the first one, is Arjuna Vishada Yogaha. In what sense is Gita Adhyayanam used?
Among.
Among. It is used in the sense of among. Among the chapters, among the adhyayas of Gita.
Adhyayanam is Napunsakalingam. Adhyayanam is Napunsakalingam.
Adhyayanam. Yes. It is Napumsakam. Sometimes do we see it in Pumlingam also?
Pradhamodhyayaha we say, no? Pradhamodhyayaha. Pullingam only.
Punlingam only, yes.
Pulling.
So, Geetadhyayaha is the word. Geetadhyayaha. Okay? Means an adhyayanam of Gita, a chapter of Gita. In Bahuvachanam, it becomes Geetadhyayaha. In Bahuvachanam. In Prathama Bahuvachanam. In Shashti Bahuvachanam, it becomes like Ramanam. Geetadhyayanam. Okay? Prathamaha. So, among the adhyayas of Gita, the first one is Arjuna Vishada Yogaha. Here it is used in the sense of among. Seventh sentence. Pituhu Agnya Palaniya. Okay, what is the meaning of this sentence? Father's order should be obeyed. Okay? Palaniya should be obeyed, should be done, should be followed. Pituhu. Shashti Vibhakti of Pita, of Pitru Shabdam. Fathers. Okay, it is used in possessive sense. Father's order should be followed. Bhratroho Priya Bhagini Subhadra. So Subhadra has two brothers. Who are they? Krishna and Balarama. Bhratroho. So here Bhrata, Bhratroho, Bhratrunam. Like Pita, Pituhu, Pituhu, Pitroho, Pitrunam. Like that, Bhratuhu, Bhratroho, Bhratrunam. The Shashti Vibhakti form. So here, since Subhadra has two brothers, Dvivachanam is used. Bhratroho Priya Bhagini. Subhadra. Subhadra is the beloved sister of two brothers. Of the brothers. Sadhunam Paritranam Karaniyam. Sadhunam Paritranam Karaniyam. Paritranam is protection. Protection of the sadhus should be done. Karaniyam should be done. Okay? So protection of the sadhus should be done. Sadhunam. Here it is not used in the sense of among, it is used in the sense of protection, in the sense of possession of the sadhus. Protection of the sadhus should be done. It is not among the sadhus. Okay? So like this, depending on the context, we have to figure out in which sense the Shashti Vibhakti is being used. Because the form is the same. You will say Sadhunam only. Whether even if you are using Sadhunam Shreshtaha Kaha, who is the best among the sadhus? Okay, there among the sadhus. In that sense we are using. But here, of the sadhus, protection of the sadhus should be done. Varinaha Samrakshanam Kartavyam. Varinaha. This is Ikaranta Napumsakalinga Shabdam in Ekavachanam. Water. Vari means water. Samrakshanam Kartavyam means water should be saved, basically. Okay? Protection of the water should be done. Kartavyam. Kartavyam and Karaniyam both mean the same. They take different forms, but the meaning is should be done. Okay? And those forms we will learn much later. But until then, just for you to understand the meaning in the context, I'm just giving you the meaning. So those forms, how those forms will be derived and all, we will be learning much later. Okay.
Ma'am, I didn't understand how this Pitu has become from Pita.
So Pita is in Prathama Vibhakti. Like Pita, Mama Pita Krishna. Means my father is Krishna. Okay? Mama.
Just like Ramasya, here it is Pituhu is Shashti
yes.
of Pita.
So how can you say is like Lavasya Pituhu Pita Dasharataha. Lavasya
Ramaha.
No. Lavasya Pituhu Pita Kaha.
Lavasya's father's father.
Dasharataha. Dasharataha. So in that sense, of the fathers, or Mama Pituhu Nama. Earlier, what did I say? Mama Pitu, Mama Pita Krishna. My father is Krishna. Mama pituhu nama Krishnaha. My father's name is Krishna. It is like Aham Sri Vani, Mama Nama Sri Vani. So when I am saying Aham Sri Vani, I am Sri Vani. Mama Pita Krishnaha. Mama Pituhu Nama, my father's name. So Pita becomes Pituhu when you are telling about like of the father. Ramasya Pituhu Nama Dasharataha. Ramasya Pita Dasharataha. Rama's father is Dasharatha. Rama's father's name is Dasharataha. Ramasya Pituhu Nama Dasharataha. So like how Ramaha became Ramasya, Pita becomes Pituhu in Shashti Vibhakti when we are talking about possession of that father.
Okay.
Okay. Any other questions so far for anyone? Okay. So we'll look at the Abhyasam. So here, one second. Koshtake vidyamananam shabdanam upayogena vakyani rachayata. So given the words are given here, using these we have to put in sentences. So Adityaha Vishnuhu.
Upajna.
Adityaha.
Adityanam Devaha Vishnuhu. Can we say that? So we have 12 Adityas, right?
The suggestion is given below, right? The suggestion is given below.
Bhagavan Adityanam Vishnuhu or Devanam Vasavaha. Okay, here, here it is not given in much clarity. The Udaharanam, they are taken from the shlokas actually, but it is fine. So basically here the concept is Krishna is telling Arjuna that among the Pandavas I am Arjuna, among the Devas I am the Vasava, among the Nakshatras I am Shashi. So he's telling, he's picking out the best out of all and he's saying that is none other than me. So among, right? So among the Adityas, I am Vishnu. Like there are 12 Adityas. Among the 12 Adityas, one of them is considered as Vishnu, say for example. So that Vishnu is none other than me. In that sense, it is used here. Bhagavan Adityanam Vishnu. Adityanam Bhagavan Vishnu. So among the Adityas, the greatest among them is none other than Vishnu. And that is none other than me. Okay, that is what Krishna says. So Pandavaha Dhanunjayaha.
Bhagavan Pandavanam Dhananjaya.
Pandavanam Aham Dhananjayaha. Okay, so here in Gita context, if you look at the shlokas, so I'm trying to just put it in a much simpler way by telling you the context. Because without the context, what are you going to say? Pandavaha is given, Dhananjayaha is given. Pandavanam Dhananjayaha, how are you going to complete that sentence? Shreshtaha we can say.
Bhagavan, we can say Bhagavan, no? Bhagavan Pandavanam Dhananjayaha.
But who is that Bhagavan there?
Asti. Krishnaha.
That is what I'm saying.
Pandavanam Dhananjayaha.
Exactly. Now all these are taken from the 10th chapter. Let me also tell you the shloka numbers, so it will be easy for you to relate to. So 10th chapter, 21st shloka. So we have recognized the word aham from the shlokas, right? So look at the 21st shloka of the 10th chapter. It is on page 443 of the Bhagavad Gita as it is book. I think the PDF file has different numbering, like 10 numbers difference is there. But it is the 21st shloka of the 10th chapter. Adityanam aham Vishnuhu Jyotisham Ravihi and so on. So Adityanam Aham Vishnu. So that is what I'm saying. Among the Adityas, there is one Aditya who is none other than Vishnu, and that Vishnu, Aham Vishnu. I am that Vishnu of the Adityas. Among the Adityas, whoever is Vishnu, I am that, in that sense. So just for you. And in the same sentence, in the second line, if you see, Nakshatranam Aham Shashi. Nakshatranam, among the nakshatras, Aham Shashi. So there are so many nakshatras. Among them, Shashi is supposed to be the most important one. Okay. I'm trying to see. There is a story behind each of these. Why Shashi is important among the nakshatras. There is a story behind each of these, and why Krishna picked Shashi, right? Shashi again is none other than moon. So among the nakshatras, I am the moon, like that. In that sense, also you can take. So, and then which 10th lesson and 21st I said, and there in the 21st shloka there is another one. Marichihi marutam asmi. Marutam means winds. Among the various breezes or winds, I am Marichi. Marichi is one kind of breeze. Say, for example, I am Marichi among the Maruta. Here, Marut is Takaranta. It is not like Akaranta, Ikaranta, Ukaranta, the ones that we studied so far. That Shabda is different. It is Takaranta. It is a Halanta, means it is ending in a consonant. It is not ending in a vowel. So don't worry about that Shabda right now. But I'm just telling why is it in different form. Marutam. It does not have Nam, like how we studied so far. The Nam is only for words that end in vowels. If the word ends in a consonant, again, a different ending will come in Shashti Bahuvachanam. Here, Marutam is also in Shashti Bahuvachanam, but it is different because it is not ending in a vowel. The form is also different. It is a Takaranta Shabda. So, among the winds, I am Marichi, like that. Okay, in that shloka, that is what we have. Jyotisham. Jyotisham Ravihi. Jyotisham means what? Jyoti means what? That which gives out light. Okay. So among all the objects that give out light, I am Ravi. Means I am the sun. So here again, Jyotisham, the Shakara is used here because it is not a word that ends in vowels. It is a word that ends in a consonant. So the form is different. Okay, just for you to understand, I'm telling, don't worry about that now. We'll learn the Halanta Shabdas in the next level. So for now, don't worry, but only for you to understand, I mentioned that. Let us only stick to this examples given in the book. But they are all from these shlokas. So here, Adityanam Aham Vishnuhu, like that. Now, since you understood the context of why these words are given. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, I am Vishnu among all the Adityas. I am Vasavaha among all the Devas. So Devanam Aham Vasavaha. Okay. So here Vasavaha is again a group of people. Vasu. In Ekavachanam it is Vasu, like Guru. So Guruhu in Bahuvachanam is Guravaha. Right? Guruhu Guru Guravaha. So Vasuhu Vasu Vasavaha. So, Devanam Aham Vasavaha. Okay, or Vasu, I think it is Vasu, Vasuhu, Vasu, Vasavaha, because there is Dirgham. Okay, so among the Devas, I am Vasavaha. Vasavaha again are a group of 8 gods, demigods, or right? And they are 8 in number, and they are considered as the attendant deities of Indra and also Vishnu. Okay, and in Ramayana they are also considered as children of Kashyapa and Aditi, and in Mahabharata they are considered as sons of Manu. And then they once stole the cow Kamadhenu of Vasishta, and so he cursed them to be born as humans on the earth. That was their shapa. because they stole the cow of Vasishta. So they were born as the sons of Ganga. You remember that story where she asks, who is that king who marries Ganga?
Shantanu.
Shantanu Maharaja. She says, I will marry you, but you should not ask me any questions. No matter what I do, you should not ask me. The minute you ask me, I will leave. So she keeps drowning all these babies. As the babies are born, she drowns them. So, of course, after the eighth son, he will ask, unable to take it anymore. And that eighth son will become Bharat. No.
Bhishma.
Bhishma Dev.
Yeah, he becomes Bhishma, right?
Devavrata.
Huh.
Devavrata.
So basically, these 8 sons of Ganga are none other than Vasus. Because of their shapa, they were born. But their shapa will be removed as soon as they take that birth. That's it. They don't have to lead a life and anything. So whenever somebody's shapa or whenever somebody's papa harana is done, that is when they end, their life will be ended normally. But in that life again, if they accumulate again punyam or papam, again rebirth will be given. But these are originally gods, right? So for their papa, to get rid of their papa, all they have to do was only be born as a human. So they were born as human and they got rid of it. But Bhishma was not was
He had
saved.
a long life in the
Yes.
Bharata.
Yes, because he had some duties to be done, and so the story changed in that way. We have to think. Okay. So here Devana Aham Vasavaha. Similarly, Pandavanam Aham Dhananjayaha. Dhananjaya Arjuna is supposed to be the greatest of all the Pandavas. So Krishna is identifying among the Pandavas, I am. So the best of everything is what he is trying to say. Nakshatranam Aham Shashi. Vedanam Aham Samavedaha. It is considered to be the Prathama Veda. So that is why that significance is given to Samaveda among all the Vedas. Vedanam Aham Samavedaha. Indriyanam Aham Manaha. We have so many Indriyas, right? The Panchendriyas we have. And apart from the Panchendriyas, Manaha is also considered as an Indriya, which is the most difficult one to be controlled. So I am that Manaha. But then again, that Manaha is the one that controls the other 5 senses. So Manaha is the one that controls the other 5 senses, and I am none other than that Manaha. Rudrana Maham Shankaraha. There are 11 Rudras. Among the 11 Rudras, Shankaraha is the most important one. So Rudrana Maham Shankaraha. Bhutanam Aham Chetana. Okay, Bhutanam means the living things. So what makes a thing a living thing? The Chetana in it, right? If something is there is no Chetana, then it is not even a being. So that Chetana which makes it a living thing, that Chetana, I am that Chetana. Okay, Bhutanam Aham Chetana. Masana Maham Margashirshaha. Margashirshaha is supposed to be the most
Last.
Last, but it is the most favorite of Vishnu.
Krishna.
So Masana Maham Margashirshaha.
No,
Aksharana
it's not
Maham.
last actually. It is not last. Margasirsham is not last.
After that, which?
Margasirsham, Pushyam, Magham, Phalgunam. Phalgunam is the last.
And I think Bhagini was trying to say for that is when Vishnu something. I'm not
that
very
is the
good at these
Andal.
things.
Krishna and Andal.
Goda
Devi, ma'am. She prays to.
Yes.
Samskritam.
So Margashirshaha. And then Aksharana Maham Akaraha. So because all sounds start with a. Like even in Omkara you have a. So Akaraha. Aksharana Maham Akaraha. So that is the concept behind this exercise. Here Bhagavan Adityanam Vishnuhu you can, if that is fine with you, you can write your sentences in that way also. But the concept is basically this. So whatever you are comfortable, you can do. Okay. So moving on to page number 23, the box we have earlier studied, the different shabdas that are given and the rupams of each of these shabdas in ekavachanam, dvivachanam and bahuvachanam. And let us look at the abhyasa now. So Geetayaha dashamasya adhyayasya tat tat sankhyaakam shlokam parishilya riktasthanani purayata. Okay. So here again, basically the exercise also is given based on the 10th chapter only. There are many more things that Krishna has compared. Here in the previous exercise, only a few are given of what Krishna told Arjuna. Now let us look at more. So here an example is given, 10th chapter, 24th shloka. So from the 24th shloka, we have to identify Bhagavan Senaninam Skandaha. So here Bhagavan refers to Krishna. Okay. Senaninam Skandaha Bhagavan. Okay. So Krishna is the Skandaha means king of all the Senas. Krishna is the king. That is what it means. In the 10th shloka, if you look, 10th chapter, 24th shloka, where is it given? In the second line, Senaninam aham skandaha. So when Krishna himself is saying he used aham, here the sentences are given in third person. We are saying Krishna is the king of all Sena. That is why Bhagavan is used. Okay. So that is the only difference we have here. And let us look at the next one, 10th chapter, 25th shloka, Briguhu. 25th shloka.
Bhagavan Maharshinam Briguhu.
Maharshinam Briguhu Aham. In the actual shloka, what is given, we'll do that only. Maharshinam Briguhu Aham. So Aham Maharshinam Briguhu. Among the Maharshis, I am Brigu Maharshi. Again, Brigu Maharshi is considered, has a significance. Let me see if I made a note of it. Is considered as the most powerful of all the sages. And he was created by Brahma for propagation of the various kinds of species. So he is the first and the most powerful among all the Maharshis. And
so
going
this is Maharshinam. Maharshinam Briguhu.
So among the Maharshis, I am Briguhu. Okay. Any question here? Any doubts? And then in the same shloka, we have dash Himalaya. In the exercise, the second sentence.
Stavaranam Himalaya or
Stavaranam Himalaya. Here aham is not given.
Asmi is there.
Asmi is for the previous.
For Japa Yajna.
Yajnanam Japa Yajnaha Asmi. Stavaranam Himalaya. You can apply the same Asmi here also. But so Stavaranam Himalaya. Aham Himalaya. So here Stavaranam means things that do not move. So among the things that move, I am the Chaitana. Among the things that do not move, I am the Himalaya. Himalaya is supposed to be the greatest of all the non-movable things. So I am Himalaya. In the 10th chapter, 26th shloka. So here what is he saying? Ashvattaha. Ashvattaha sarva vrikshanam. So among all the vrikshas, I am Ashvattaha. So for Ashvattaha, it is what tree is Ashvattaha? Banyan tree. Banyan tree is called Ashvattaha. Or Ashvattaha is
people tree.
People tree, or banyan.
Little people tree and.
Okay, people tree.
People tree ante Ashvatha.
And in Telugu, what is the Telugu equivalent of people tree?
Ravi Chettu.
Ravi Chettu, kada?
Ravi
Yeah.
Chettu.
So among the trees, I am Ashwattaha. And then we have Naradaha. In the same shloka, Naradaha. So Devarshinam cha Naradaha. Among the Devarshis. Now Maharshis are different and Devarshis are different. Among the Devarshis, I am Narada. Okay. Gandharvanam Chitrarathaha. Siddhanam Kapilaha Munihi. Okay. Among the Siddhas. So Siddhas are those who achieve their ends. Whatever they started out for, they will finally achieve that. Those are called Siddha. Kapila Muni. I am Kapila Muni among the Siddhas. And among the Gandharvas, I am Chitrarathaha. Okay. So the fifth sentence, Airavataha, it is from the 27th shloka. Airavatam Gajendranam. Among all the elephants, Airavata is considered to be the most superior, right? So among the elephants, Gajendranam, Aham Airavatam. Okay. And then in the 28th shloka, Vajram. Ayudhanam Vajram. Ayudhanam Aham Vajram. Vajrayudham is the greatest of all the Ayudhas. So Ayudhanam Aham Vajram. And then in the same shloka, Vasukihi. Sarpanam Asmi Vasukihi. So Vasuki is the snake of Shiva. And Shesha is the snake of Vishnu. And this Vishnu and Shesha and Vasuki are supposed to be brothers. Kadru and Kashyap are the parents of these two, of these Vasuki and Shesha. So among the Sarpas, I am Vasuki. And
Naganam Ananta. Naganam Ananta.
Shloka Ananta. Anantaha cha asmi Naganam. Now here Anantaha. So what is the difference between Nagas and snakes, right?
I guess their hood, like.
Many hooded serpents are Nagas. Multi-hooded serpents.
Anantasena.
Multi-hooded serpents, no, are Nagaha. But the others are snakes.
I have to check on that once. I'm not sure if, yeah, you can go ahead and tell, but that I have to check. Let me see. I thought I wrote it somewhere. Let me double check on it.
Single-hooded snakes. So, I mean, the commentary I have, it says single-hooded snakes are Sarpaha. Then when the snake has many hoods, it is called a Naga.
Okay, okay. Here it is given like among the many hooded Naga serpents, Ananta is the greatest. Okay. And so Sarpa is that does not have, that which does not have many hoods.
Only a single one hood, yeah.
Okay, hood. Okay. So among the Nagas, I am Ananta. And then in the same shloka, Aryama. Aryama is supposed to be the greatest of all the ancestors, right?
Pitrunam.
So Pitrunam Aryama cha asmi. I am Aryama among all the ancestors, Pitrunam. And then Adhyatma Vidya. So among all the Vidyas, I am Adhyatma Vidya. 1032. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. So among all the Vidyas, I am Adhyatma Vidya. Adhyatma Vidya is the ultimate like realization, right? Adhyatma Chintana we call. So that is that. And then there are many others also. Only a few are given here. If you look at all these shlokas in succession, in each shloka you have at least 4 such things. So all these are in Shashti Vibhakti Bahuvachanam. Okay. But some of them could be Halanta Shabdas. So don't worry if you are not able to identify them and why they are not ending in nam. So that you know, I've told this. Only the words that end in vowels, ajantas. I told you, no, ach, anta, ajanta. Only those words have nam in Shashti Bahuvachanam. Halantas will have different forms depending on which consonant they end. Okay. Okay. So now let us move on to the next part where some more sentences are given, and for us to just read. Buddhehe bhedaha na jananiyaha. So buddhi means intelligent. It is ikaranta shabda. Buddhehe bhedaha na jananiyaha. So na jananiyaha. So buddhehe means buddhis, of the intelligent. There should be no wavering of in our intelligence. That is what this sentence means. Danoho putraha danavaha. So danoho. So what shabda is it? Ukaranta shabda. Like guruhu. Guruhu becomes guroho. So when something is in danoho, we can understand it is like danuhu. The prathama ekavachanam will be danuhu. Danoho putraha danavaha. So Danu's son is Danava. Gatyoho shukla gatihi shreshta. Gatyoho shukla gatihi shreshta. Now in gati there will be two kinds of gatis. Okay, means movement, Shukla and Krishna. So basically Shukla is like attaining moksha. Think of it in that way. Gatis means leaving the world. There are two ways. One is in leaving it with enlightenment, like moksha. And the other one is in darkness, means we come back again. So Shukla Gati Shreshta. Gatyoho means among the two, because there are two gatis. Gatyoho is put in dvivachanam. Gatihi, right? Gatihi, Gatyoho, Gatinam. So Gatyoho, among the two gatis, Shukla Gatihi Shreshta. The Shukla Gatihi is the better one. Dhritinam Tamasi Adhama. Now the Dhritis. So the dhritis are also of three kinds. Have we discussed about the Satvika, Rajasika and Tamasika? Like in the gunas also, the three kinds are there. In food items also, we have Satvika Aharam, Rajasika Aharam and Tamasika Aharam, which provoke if you eat Satvika Aharam, the Satvika guna in you will be nourished. If you eat Rajasika Aharam, then the Rajasika Tattvam in you will be dominating. And similarly, Tamasika. If you eat Tamasika Aharam, the Tamasika Swabhava will be instigated in you. Right? Like that, Dhriti is kind of action. So in that action also, we again have Tamasika, Satvika Dhriti, Rajasika Dhriti and Tamasika. So among the Dhritis, Tamasi is Adhama. Okay, Satvika is like being very calm and all that. Rajasika is more agitated. Yes, Rajasika is where one is always excited, anger, all these come under Rajasika qualities. And Tamasika is greediness, jealousy, laziness, all these come under
passion.
Tamasika. Yes. So among the Dhritis, Tamasi is the Adhama, means the lowest. Chamvaha Nayakaha Drishtadhyumnaha. Chamvaha, Chamu is the word. Chamuh actually. Ukaranta Strilinga Shabdam. Chamuhu. Nayakaha. Chamvaha is in Bahuvachanam. So of all the armies, Drishtadhyumnaha is the leader. Okay. Bhruvoho Madhye Pranaha Aveshaniyaha. Bhruvoho. Bhruhu, I think, is the word here. Eyebrows. Okay. So between the eyebrows, Bhruvoho Madhye Pranaha Aveshaniyaha. Bhruhu. Bhruhu is the word. The Prathama Ekavachanam is Bhruhu. It is in Strilinga. Ukaranta Strilinga Shabdam. So bruhu will become bruvoho in because we have two eyebrows. Dvivachanam is used. Bruvoho madhye pranaha aveshaniyah. So it enters in between the vadhunam rakshanam karaniyam. Vadhu is wife or a bride. So rakshanam karaniyam. So a man has to protect his wife is what this means. Vadhunam rakshanam karaniyam. Matuhu kripaya jivami. Matuhu kripaya jivami. So I am living by my mother, means with her kripa. Matuhu kripa. Kripaya aham jivami. I am living by her kripa, because only when a mother cares for the child can survive, right? So that is how it is. Matuhu kripaya jivami. Ganeshaha dvayoho matroho putraha. Okay? Dvayoho matroho putraha. He is the son of two mothers. Ganeshaha. That is why it is in Dvivachanam. Dvayoho matroho. So matuhu matroho matrunam. So matroho. Dvayoho matroho putraha. Ramaha matrunam priyaha putraha. Now Ramaha has three mothers, more than two. So bahuvachanam. Matrunam. Matuhu, matroho, matrunam. Bahuvachanam. He is the favorite of all the mothers. Tatra dvayoho pankatyoho madhye sthanam nasti. Panktayoho means pankti means line. Between the two lines, there is no place. Tatra dvayoho panktyoho madhye sthanam nasti. There is no place between the two lines or between the two rows. You can refer to it as a row or a line. Samskrite suktinam mahatvam asti. Now in Samskritam, the most we have many subhashitas and suktis, right? Suktinam mahatvam asti. So in the Samskrita language, suktinam mahatvam asti. So there is a lot of greatness or in the subhashitams and the suktis given in the Samskrita bhasha. Rajjoho agrabhagam grihnatu. Rajjuhu is ukaranta strilinga shabdam like dhenuhu. And in Shashti Vibhakti, Rajjoho, Dhenoho, Rajjoho. Agrabhagam means the beginning part. Rajju means rope. Okay? Rajjoho agrabhagam grihnatu. So when you are trying to tie a rope, you ask them to grab, right? So hold the beginning part of that rope. Rajjoho agrabhagam grihnatu. Grihnatu means hold. Anjaneyasya hanvoho praharaha asit. Anjaneyasya hanvoho praharaha asit. Now this one, so hanuhu is the word here. It means two things, weapon and a jaw. I think here it is used in the sense of jaw. There is a story behind this, which I'm not very sure of. Praharaha asit. There is a story behind this, if any one of you remember. Anjaneya and his jaw, or somebody's jaw, or he's striking somebody's jaw, or somebody's striking his jaw. There is a story behind this. So praharaha is to strike, asit. Hanvoho means of the jaw. So I think Anjaneya's only. Anjaneya's jaw was struck by somebody. Don't remember
By
who
Indra.
it is. By Indra, yeah,
By
that is
Indra.
what I thought. So that is what this sentence means. Anjaneyasya hanvoho. Now jaw means the upper jaw and the lower jaw. We have two. So it is used in Dvivachanam, hanvoho. Praharaha asit. The striking of Anjaneya's jaws has occurred. Matrunam vachanani hitaya eva bhavanti. So matrunam vachanani, mother's words, will always benefit. Hitaya eva bhavanti. They are always there only for the benefit of us. Matrunam vachanani hitaya eva bhavanti. Okay. Since we have not done other vibhaktis, and these sentences have words which are other vibhaktis and other forms of the kriya padams, at this point you will not understand the sentences unless we discuss. Okay, so don't worry about that. All you have to do is only notice and observe how the Shashti Vibhakti is being used. Since I have already told you the meanings of each of these sentences, you can now relate to how the Shashti Vibhakti is used. Okay. Okay. So here the other forms, the Strilinga forms are given. We have discussed the Strilinga form of Shashti Vibhakti earlier. Here it is explicitly given. In the earlier exercise, we had only the Pumlinga and Napumsakalinga of Ikaranta and Ukaranta Shabdas. Now in this chapter, in the 10th chapter, 24th page, we have the Ikaranta, Ukaranta, Ukaranta, all the Strilinga Shabdas. So Matihi, we have already discussed this, right? Matyaha or Matehe, Matyoho, Matinam, Tanuhu, Ukaranta, like Dhenuhu. So Dhenvaha, Dhenoho, it will be here Tanuhu, Tanvaha, Tanoho, Guroho, Tanoho. And then Dvivachanam will be Tanvoho and Tanunam. And then Chamuhu, Ukaranta Strilinga, like Vadhuhu, Vadvaha, Vadvoho, Vadhunam. So Chamvaha, Chamvoho, Chamunam. And then Mata, Matuhu, Matroho, Matrunam. Okay. So that is with the Ikaranta, Ukaranta, Ukaranta in case of Strilinga Shabda, Rikaranta Shabdas. So we have covered today in Pumlinga, we have covered Ikaranta, Ukaranta and Rikaranta, Shashti Vibhakti forms. In Strilinga, we covered Ikaranta, Ukaranta, Ukaranta, Rikaranta, four Shabdas. And in Napumsakam, Ikaranta and Ukaranta. We covered the Shashti Vibhakti forms of all these Shabdas. Okay. So, and next we will be doing for the Sarvanama Shabda. I'll do that in the next class. I don't want to confuse you, but to also remind you, what are Sarvanama Shabdas? Can some of you tell some Sarvanama Shabdas?
Shabdas are pronouns such as aham,
Saha, Eshaha,
sa, esha, eshaha.
Uttamam, Uttamam. So Saha, Tau, Te. Eshaha, Etau, Ete. This is for Pumlinga, right? And Prashnarthaka in the same Pumlinga is Kaha, Kau, Ke.
Kau, te.
In Strilinga we have Sa, Te, Taha, Esha, Ete, Etaha, Ka, Ke, Kaha. In Prashnarthaka. And then in Napumsakam we have Tat, Te, Tani.
Tat, te, tani. Etat, ete, etani.
Kim,
Kim, Ke, Kani. In Prashnarthaka, it will be Kim, Ke, Kani. Okay. So if you revise those, it will be easy when we are doing the Shashti Vibhakti. So it is very similar to how we use the Shabdas. Like for Ramaha, you just listen. Don't worry if you don't remember also. Next week we'll be again doing this. So for Ramaha, it is Ramasya, Ramayoho, Ramanam. So for Kaha, it will be Kasya, Kayoho, Kesham. This we already discussed. For Saha, it will be Tasya, Kayoho, Tesham. Okay. For Eshaha, it will be Etasya, Etayoho, Etesham. So Ramasya, Ramayoho, Ramanam. Their naam will come. Here, Tesham, Etesham, like that we'll get. Because it is Tad Shabda. If you remember, I told you, Tad Shabda in Pumlinga will be Saha, Tau, Te. Eshaha, Etau, Ete are for Etad Shabda. So these are Dakaranta Shabdas. So these are not ending in vowels. So that is why we don't get Naam here. We get Tesham, Etesham, and so on. In Strilinga, it is Sa, Te, Taha. So Tasyaha, Nadi, Sita became Sitayaha. So Tasyaha, Tayoho, and tasam. There in Pumlinga it is tesham. Here it will be tasam. Okay, because it is strilinga. And then so etasyaha, etayoho, etasam. Okay, that will be for the strilinga. And then for ka shabda, ka, ke, kaha, right? So kasyaha, kayoho, kasam for strilinga. For pumlinga, kasya, kayoho, kesham. The dvivachanam is the same in both cases. It will be tayoho, kayoho, and so on. And for napumsakam, it is exactly the same as in pumlinga, right? So it will be again tasya, tayoho, tesha. Etasya, etayoho, etesha. So these will be for the pronouns. Okay, we'll do that next week to confuse you all. But what I want you to revise is the shabdas. Saha, tau, te, eshaha, etau, ete, kaha, kau, ke. These are the three pronouns that we use for Pumlinga. The first two are pronouns and the third one is the Prashnarthaka pronoun. Similarly for Strilinga, sa, te, taha, esha, ete, etaha, sa, sorry, ka, ke, kaha is the Prashnarthaka. And then in Napumsakam, tat, te, tani, etat, ete, etani, and kim, ke, kam. And so here, these with respect to pronouns, what is his name? Okay, tasya nama, kim. What is her name? So the application of Shashti Vibhakti, what is her name? Earlier you were telling Ramasya. Rama's father is Dasharatha. His son is. Okay, every time you won't say, so Rama is the king of Ayodhya. His father is Dasharatha. He has 4 sons. His sons are, sorry, he has 2 sons. His sons are Lava and Kusha. Like this we use his, her. The pronouns also we use in Shashti Vibhakti. So for that reason, we need to know the forms of the pronouns in all the Vibhaktis. So, so what is his name? Tasya nama kim? Tasyaha nama kim? Tasyaha patihi kaha? That tasya, if it is referring to Sita. Okay? Sita Janakasya putri. Tasyaha patihi Ramaha. Like this we can expand. So for that we need to know all the vibhaktis of all these forms. So tasya nama kim, tasyaha nama kim, and then vrikshasya nama kim, right? Like that in case of things. And for aham it is mama, that we learned in the very first class. Mama nama Sri Vani. So my name. Aham Sri Vani. So mama is the Shashti Vibhakti form of aham. Like how Ramaha is in Prathama Vibhakti and Ramasya is in Shashti Vibhakti. Similarly, aham is in Prathama Vibhakti and mama is in Shashti Vibhakti. Mama nama. And then for tvam, we also learned tvam, yuvam, yuyam, right? For Madhyama Purusha. For tvam, it will become tava. So for aham, it will become mama, avayoho, asmakam. And for tvam, it will be tava, yuvayoho, yushmakam. Asmakam and yushmakam. Asmakam is our. Asmakam deshaha, bharata deshaha. Okay, Yushmakam Deshaha, if you are talking to somebody else who are from a different country, then Yushmakam means your country, whatever their country is. Okay, in that way. So that is the Asmad Shabdam, which can be used in all the 3 lingas. There is no gender difference there. And similarly for Yushmat Shabdam also, there is no gender difference there. So any questions so far or even from the previous lessons? We will continue this again next week. Next week, we'll again revise the Shashti Vibhakti, the rules of Shashti Vibhakti, where all we use that, and then the Shabdas, their forms in Shashti Vibhakti, and then the Sarvanama Shabdas also, and the following exercises. So any questions any of you have in today's lesson or previous lessons?
What is chum, madam?
Chum. Where is it?
Chamu అంటే సైన్యం ఉంటుంది.
Chamu, Mahodaya?
Yes, correct.
Army, Chamuh. Chamuh is the Ukaranta Strilinga Shabdam. It means army.
Oh, thank you.
So in the 10th chapter of Geetha, you can, just go over those shlokas again and try to identify the parts, like how it is given in this exercise. Those are all examples of Bahuvachanam of Shashti Vibhakti. And try to also write a few sentences in the sense of among, when Shashti Bahuvachanam is being used as among, like Pandavanam, and not only the ones that we have covered, Mahilanam Sita Shreshta, Purushanam Ramaha Uttamaha. Like that, you can come up with your own sentences also. So among all the ladies, Sita is the most like the Uttama Stri. Like that in men, even in kings also, you can say. And then you can come up Balakanam, Balakaha. It will become Balakanam. Balakanam, you can pick any boy's name. Krishnaha, Sundaraha. So among all the boys, Krishna is the most beautiful. Like that. Simple words, whatever you have learned, with those you can use. You try to use it in Dvivachanam also. But among is used only in Bahuvachanam. In Dvivachanam, when you use it in Dvivachanam, among sense will not come. Between the two sense only will come. For that, there is a different usage. I will cover that later. So if you are trying to use in the sense of among, use only in Bahuvachanam. In Ekavachanam and Dvivachanam, use in the sense of possession. That comparison application is also there, but that will come much later. We'll cover that when we get there. So don't worry about that right now. So when you want to say between these two, he's taller or he's much clever or whatever, that application we'll cover later. Don't worry about that right now. You use it only in the Bahuvachanam, among, in that sense of among. In Ekavachanam and Dvivachanam, use it in the sense of possession only, of. Like you can even mention the colors. Syutaha means bag. We have seen that earlier, right? Syutasya varnaha neelaha. The color of the bag is blue. Ramasya griham atra asti. Atra we have done, right? Atra,
Here.
Atra, Tatra, Anyatra, Ekatra, Sarvatra. So you can use Mama griham Tatra asti. Ramasya griham atra asti. Ramasya griham. That Shashti Vibhakti application we can use and try to add with other applications also that we have studied. Other prayogas that we have studied. Okay, and within your family also you can state the relations. Mama putri yashasvini. Mama putri is ikaranta strilingam, right? So nadi nadyaha putriyaha. Mama putriyaha nama yashasvini. So mama putri yashasvini, mama putriyaha nama yashasvini. Like that we can write in both, in both ways. Mama bhagini Ramadevi. Mama bhaginyaha nama Ramadevi. Like that. Mama mata Vasundhara. Mama mata will become Matuhu. Mama Matuhu nama Vasundhara. Like that. Like that, use it on your own family and make sentences like that, it will become easy. So if you have, a family, among your family, who is the eldest, like that. But those words, if you are not sure how to put them, don't worry about it. Use only with words that you are familiar. And especially when we are learning a language, don't try to use big sentences. Keep them as simple as possible. That way it will be easy for you to form. We'll make less mistakes and we'll move forward. Because we tend to think in a complex way. Why? Because when you're thinking, the thinking happens in a language that you're comfortable in, right? Whichever language you are the most comfortable, your thinking happens in that language. So automatically the sentence will be very complex because you are very comfortable in that language. Your sentence formation also will be very complicated. So if you think in that language and try to put it in Samskritam, it will become an impossible task because we are still learning and there is so much more to learn to make the construction of the sentence. So your thought, whatever sentence you have in your mind, break it up into smaller sentences. And then each small sentence, then you translate it into Sanskrit. Okay, so we'll stop here today. Anyone who would like to say the Shanti mantra?
I'll say, ma'am.
Yes, please.
Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santu Niramayah Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shubharatri Mahodaya. Sarvebhyah Shubharatri. Namaskar.
Dhanyavadaha Bhagini. Sarvebhyah Shubharatri.
धन्यवाद जी. राम राम.
राम राम.
Jai Shri Ram. Jai Shri Ram.